If you're a coach or consultant who wants to grow your business without spending more time working, you're going to love my guest today. She's going to help you do just that. Hello and welcome to the Seven Figure Life Fulfillment Podcast, where we share strategies to help coaches and consultants build life-affirming, seven-figure businesses filled with passion and purpose. I'm your host, Ken Stephen, and my guest today is Lynne Roe. Lynne is the author of the book Leadership in Action. She guides entrepreneurs in developing strategic action plans and sound decision making that leads to dramatic business growth and frees up time for you to enjoy your life. Lynne, that sounds wonderful. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me today.
Hey, no, listen, it's my pleasure to have you here, and I'm eager to dive in and see how it is that you help folks. So let's start out by helping everyone understand who your ideal client is and what's the transformation you empower them with.
So, I work with small business owners who are scaling their businesses rapidly. Most of the clients I work with are making somewhere in the six figures and scaling to seven or more.
Oh, wow. This is good. This is our audience, basically, our main audience for this podcast. So, hey, folks, this is going to be good. All right. Um, Lynne, I sense that you doing this as a business, this is based somehow on your passions and a purpose that you have. So, okay, am I right in that?
Absolutely,
Oh, tell us
absolutely.
about that.
When I actually started being a coach when I figured out kind of a mission for myself, my own personal life. And that is to be a multiplier for good in the world. And I feel that I can do that by helping people become great leaders. And then I looked at what's happening in the world, who leads. And honestly, the way to have the biggest impact is with small business owners because they employ about half of the world's population. So if I can help people become great leaders of businesses that they own and hire more people and develop those people into great leaders, that's how I can have the biggest impact in the world. So that's why I do what I do.
Hey, that sounds wonderful. When people come to you, um, what's the biggest mistake that you see them typically making and how they should fix it? Or maybe another way to put it is, what would be the telltale signs to let someone know that they need your help?
Yeah. Usually, the people who come to me and are really struggling are the ones who are trying to do everything themselves. They are playing every single role in the business,
Hmm.
and right down to cleaning the bathrooms and they sometimes they're the controller of the money, sometimes they're the marketing person, sometimes they actually do the whatever the work is that the business does, but they're playing every role, and there's no time really to grow the business. And so I talk with people first about what is the lifestyle you want to be living, because there are people out there who want to own own their own jet set around the world, and then to do that they have to be running a certain size business. But there are other people who don't want that. They want to work 4 days a week and they want to, take a couple of vacations and visit their grandchildren or whatever. And so we design a business that helps them do that. So in my mind, it's always starts with what is the lifestyle that I want to be living? And then let's create a plan for how you can develop your business to support that lifestyle. Because let's face it, we should be having our business support us. We should not be here to support our business all the time.
No, that's true, right? And so many people, it is. In fact, they start a business to have time freedom, and it ends up becoming they end up becoming a prisoner to the business they created, right?
Yes, so
Yeah.
true.
Okay. So, what what are the what kinds of things do you do to help them um, figure out how to work less and grow their business?
So I always say that there's really two things that you need to get from that six figures into seven figures, and then you need it still for beyond that as well. But I think it's hardest to do when you're in six figures. And that is, you need two things. You need a human team. You need to not be doing it all yourself. And you need
Mhm.
an invisible team. That's the systems and the processes and procedures that are in the back end that help everything to run smoothly. So you're not the only one doing all of it. A lot of it is either automated or it's easily taught to someone else who or someone else in the business can pick it up for you. And then the human team, that's really important for you to think about, what are the jobs that I'm doing? And if you sit down and write all of that down and you think about how much of the jobs that I'm doing are $20 an hour jobs or $30 an hour jobs, and you look at it, most business owners will look at it and say, wow, I spent about half my time doing a $20 an hour job. And if you hire someone else to do those $20 an hour jobs, that frees you up to be doing the 300, 500,000 dollar an hour jobs that get done in your business or should be getting done in your business that aren't. So I know a lot of your audience is coaches. If the coaches are spending time posting on social media and all of that, then those are $20 an hour jobs or $30 an hour jobs. But that means they're not spending that time coaching people where they're getting paid 300, 500, however much they're getting paid to coach. So that's just one example of how if you get someone else to do some of these things for you, that frees you up to spend your time doing the other things that are worth more money.
And where do you recommend people find those other people?
That's, that's there's two ways to think about that as well. One is you can hire somebody, you can hire someone part-time. I actually hire people to help me from other countries,
Mhm,
and I find that that's super helpful. For me, they can be amazing employees, and they usually cost less,
mhm.
which is great. But the other thing that you need to do as a business owner is to start to think differently. Think about yourself as the CEO of the business, not as the entrepreneur any longer.
Mm.
And that means evaluating it. Do I really want to hire and train someone to do this for me? Or would it make more sense for me to hire a professional whose job it is to do that thing? So for example, if you wanted to build a website, let's say, or update your website, you can spend hours doing it. I was talking with a gentleman who had spent probably 100 hours learning how to build a website. He studied it, he worked on it, and eventually he came up with a website that was okay. He was normally paid a few $100s an hour for his work. And he talked to a website developer who was a professional, right? And he said, I could do it for a couple $1,000s for you. And this gentleman had spent hundreds of hours.
Right.
He wasted $30,000 worth of his time or more,
Mm,
or he could have just paid an expert $3,000 and had it much faster because the gentleman who was learning to do it himself, it took him months. But a professional can do it for you in weeks. So they not only save you time but they also can save you money or help or allow you to make money while they do the work for you.
yeah, and it's something that we fall into the trap so easily, don't we? We say like, oh well, it's not that tough. I can figure it out, right? And we don't do the math, right? We don't
Don't
we
do
don't
that.
realize that like, our billable rate is probably 10 times more than, as you say, the cost of the tasks that we're spending hours learning how to do, which we could easily find someone who does that for a living and therefore does it very well, and therefore does
They
it
do
10
it
times
fast
faster
too.
than we could
Yeah.
do it, right?
Much faster than you can do it. So, sometimes it makes sense to hire someone on your team who's always on your team, full-time, part-time, whatever. But sometimes it makes sense to hire someone outside
Yeah,
who's a professional and does that for a living, because that also means that you are their client. So they're going to do it really well because they want to make sure that you stay their client,
right,
right?
right, right. Is there a go-to strategy or tactic that you'd recommend to help someone immediately grow their business without, spending more time working in it?
Yes, there is. I strongly recommend that you start with a strategic plan for how you're going to grow it.
Hmm.
Most business owners, they have no idea what they're doing about how they're going to grow their business. They don't know how many people do I have to talk to, all they don't know any of that. And so they just kind of go along and, well, I'll go to these networking events. I'll put this thing out because somebody told me to create this and I'll do a video but they don't really know. They haven't really calculated out how many of those do I need to do? Do I have to do all of them? And sitting down and spending a few hours creating a strategic plan is important. I liken it to the average person spends about 15 hours planning a 1 week vacation. You plan where to go, how to get there, what to take with you, what you're going to do when you're there, right? It takes about 15 hours of your time. I rarely meet a business owner who spends that kind of time planning out the growth of the business, and that's what's going to pay for the vacation. So, spend a little bit of time um, creating a strategic plan, and then spend some time every single month going over that plan and saying, am I on task with this?
Now, Lynn, do you find that sometimes the reason people aren't doing a strategic plan is because it's just not something they feel comfortable doing? They're not really sure if they're doing it right. Is that something that you can help them with?
Absolutely. Yeah. I start every client with a strategic plan. That's how I start all of my work with my clients, so in different ways. Sometimes that's all I do with them, and then they run and do the plan on their own, and that's fine. And sometimes I continue to coach them to actually work the plan. But
So,
yeah,
so that's great. So you take that overwhelm and the stress and the scariness of doing it away from them. You
right.
help them work through it, right? You help them overcome any obstacles that get in the way. Yeah, that's a great service to have for
Yeah, we
sure.
do it. We do it together. It takes quite a bit of time, 3 or 4 hours to sitting down. The two it's one-on-one private time where I'm really focusing on you growing your business and how you're going to get there.
Yeah, that
And we
sounds
do the
wonderful.
math to figure out, how much of this do I have to do and how much money do I have to spend here? And then it's freeing, it's relaxing. Oh, I know exactly what to do. This month I'm going to do this, and this month I'm going to focus on that, and this month, and all of it happens. Otherwise, people are like, oh, I know I should do this. Oh, I know I should do that, and I should do this, and they don't have it planned out, and so they get nervous about, I haven't done it yet. But if it's already in my plan. I'm going to be doing that in June. I don't have to worry about that right now. I
Yeah.
can focus on what I'm supposed to focus on now.
All right. So, I mean, I think that really underscores the importance of having a strategic plan. There's no guesswork in running your business that way. I mean,
That's
you've
right.
got an objective you're going to. The plan supports you getting to there in the right steps in the right sequence. Okay, it's wonderful.
And
You
the
can help
plan
them with.
starts with what's the lifestyle you want to be living so that you can take that time off
Yeah, that sounds
if that's
wonderful.
what you want.
Yeah, Lynn, that sounds wonderful. We're getting short on time, so I want to make sure that people know how to get in touch with you. Maybe they need help with their strategic plan. Maybe they need some help in figuring out how to grow their business and spend less time doing it. So, how can people find you and work with you?
Well, I'd like to offer a free gift. I have an assessment which I call the Entrepreneur to CEO Assessment. So it helps you to figure out all the things that you need to do to get yourself from being that entrepreneur who's doing everything to being the person who has a team and a back office or an invisible team and a human team, and has a life as well. So if you want that assessment, it's at lynsfreegift.com. That's LYNNES freegift.com.
Great. LynnsFreeGift.com. Everyone, make sure you go grab that because that sounds like something that'd be very helpful. I will put that link down in the show notes below. So if you missed it, don't worry about it. And Lynn, I just want to thank you for being so generous with your time and your insights today. I mean, there were some golden nuggets in there. I certainly had some great takeaways. As I said, I'll post the link to your free offer in the show notes below. And for anyone listening today, if you got benefit out of Lynn's insights today, I invite you to share this podcast with your friends so they can get benefit too. And I'll see you all again on the next episode of the Seven Figure Life Fulfillment Podcast. And Lynn, thanks again for being such a great guest.
Ken, thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure.